No grand design unfolding, no fireworks above, just the soft assurance that this is enough. If the world turns louder later on tonight, I'll remember how this calm felt light. Ordinary days can shine without a grand display. All they need is space enough for us to stay. If happiness is subtle, I finally see the sign. It lives inside these ordinary days of mine. So let the light keep falling where it wants to land. I don't need a bigger plan if this is how it feels to simply be alive. Then I'll hold this quiet joy and let it thrive. We don't have a reason to call this anything. No milestone to celebrate, no dramatic beginning. Just a quiet understanding settling in the air, like something long awaited is finally there. The world keeps spinning fast, but we're not pulled along. There's comfort in the steady, in the almost song. No need for declarations, no need to insist. Sometimes happiness is nothing more than this. No spotlight overhead, no need to prove we're right. Nothing more than this, and still it feels complete. Just your voice beside me and the rhythm of our feet. If joy can be this simple, quiet as a kiss, I don't need a bigger story than nothing more than this. Your hand brushes mine like it's no big deal, but something in that moment feels deeply real. Not loud, not overwhelming, not something to resist. Just a calm and steady happiness like this. I used to think I'd recognize it with a brighter sign, but maybe peace was always this understated kind. Nothing more than this, no glitter, no surprise, just a warmth that stays steady in your eyes. If I could stay forever inside a simple bliss, I choose a life that feels like this. Happiness doesn't rush in, it doesn't push the door. It grows in the smallest spaces I ignored before. In the way you say my name, like it's already home. And how I feel less alone, even when we're alone. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't steal the air. It rests between our shoulders when you're sitting there. I don't feel like I'm chasing some distant brighter room. Something steady is beginning to pour. No sudden spark, no rising flame. Softly it arrives, this gentle kind of grace. Not changing who I am, just slowing down my pace. If joy can grow unnoticed until it fills the room, then happiness is blooming in this quiet afternoon. We don't make a promise we can't keep. We don't dive too far or sink too deep. We let the moment stretch the way it wants to move, and somehow that's enough to prove. Maybe all I needed was to stop and see that peace was never far from near. Softly it arrives, steady as it stays. Not a passing brightness, but warm days. If this is what it means to finally feel whole, then happiness has found its place inside my soul. No thunder in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a quiet bloom of joy that doesn't need to try. Happiness doesn't rush in, it doesn't push the door. It grows in the smallest spaces I ignored before. In the way you say my name, like it's already home. And how I feel less alone, even when we're alone. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't steal the air. It rests between our shoulders when you're sitting there. I don't feel like I'm chasing some distant brighter route. Something steady is beginning to bloom. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't push the door. Happiness doesn't rush in. Happiness doesn't rush in. Today doesn't ask for much, it opens slowly. and wide. Sunlight rests across the floor, no need to step outside. There's a softness in the air that wasn't here before. Even silence feels like something I've been waiting for. You're talking about nothing, but I'm listening like it's gold. Somehow every simple word feels gentle and whole. No dramatic shift in sky, no headline to reveal, just the quiet comfort of the way today feels. Maybe joy is just a day without resistance. I like the way today feels, steady and kind. Nothing pulling at my hands, nothing on my mind. If this is what it means to let the moment be, then happiness is simply sitting here with me. We don't rush the afternoon, we let it stretch and bend. There's no need to chase it, no need to defend. The clock keeps moving softly, but it doesn't steal. It only holds the way today feels. If tomorrow changes tempo, if the rhythm breaks apart, I'll remember this calm resting in my heart. I like the way today feels, easy and slow. Not a place I have to reach, not somewhere I must go. If I ever search again for something real, I'll come back to the way today feels. Let the evening take its time, let the shadows fall. I don't need more than this. This quiet says it all. There's a brightness in this room, but it doesn't blind my eyes. It rests in the smallest corners, in ordinary skies. Nothing here is shouting, nothing trying to prove, just a steady warmth in everything you do. You lean back in your chair like there's nowhere else to be. That simple kind of presence does something to me. No perfect situation, no flawless design, just this gentle kind of bright we didn't try to find. Maybe joy is quiet, so we learn to listen close. It's a gentle kind of bright, soft in the middle. Not a blazing fire, just a steady little glow. If happiness can whisper instead of shout, then this is what it's about. Even when we're silent, No dramatic turning point, no rising overflow, just warmth that grows slow. I don't need it louder, I don't need it grand. Peace fits better in an open hand. It's a gentle kind of bright staying in its place, not changing who we are, just softening the space. If joy can be this quiet and still be true, then maybe it was always here with you. Let the light fade slowly, let the night begin. This small glow of happiness is enough within. I used to measure everything, how far, how fast, how high. Now I let the questions rest, I let them pass me by. There's comfort in the stillness we didn't have before. I don't feel the need to search for something more. Your hand rests close to mine, not reaching, not apart. Somehow that small distance settles in my heart. We're not rewriting history, we're not racing time. We're just letting quiet joy draw its simple line. Maybe happiness was never meant to be extreme. This is enough for me, steady as we are. Not a distant promise, not a falling star. If peace can take a shape, it looks like this to me. Nothing overwhelming, just easy to breathe. We don't need a headline, we don't need applause. Somewhere in this calm, there's a deeper cause. Not to prove we made it, not to finally see, just to feel that being here is enough for me. If the world turns restless, if the pace runs free, I'll remember how simple this could be. This is enough for me, no glitter, no disguise, just warmth reflected in your eyes. If happiness is quiet and doesn't need to flee, then the steady little moment is enough for me. I won't ask for more tonight, I won't chase the sky. What we have right here is more than I can quantify. This day moves like Sunday, unfolding without a plan. No ticking sense of urgency, no pressure in my windows open slightly, the breeze is passing through. Even the quiet corners feel new. You're reading something softly, I'm watching light behave. There's comfort in the ordinary we never tried to save. No milestone in the making, no sudden breakthrough, just a steady reassurance that I'm here with you. Maybe joy is simple when we let it be. Slow as Sunday, easy as air. Nothing left to figure out, nothing to repair. If happiness is patient, if it moves unhurried too, then it's living in this moment, shared by me and you. We don't have to promise what tomorrow might require. There's peace inside this stillness without a rising fire. Even time feels kinder, like it understands that we don't need to run, we can just stand. If Monday comes with questions and louder things to do, I'll remember this slow rhythm next to you. Slow as Sunday, steady as breath. Not a fleeting spark, not a sudden death. If I learn to live this way, unrushed and true, I'll find happiness again in days like this with you. Let the evening close the door, let the sky turn blue. I don't need another kind of joy, this one will do. There's a warmth inside the silence that I didn't know before. It isn't loud or obvious, it doesn't ask for more. It lingers in the space between the words we almost say, like something steady found its place and chose to stay. We don't build a monument, we don't carve a name. Some things feel more honest when they're quiet and the same. No glitter in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a calm that doesn't fade when hours pass by. Maybe happiness is subtle, so we learn to see. Warm in the quiet, steady in the air. Not demanding attention, just already there. If joy can take a form without a grand display, it settles softly in the heart and stays. You look at me and smile like nothing needs to change. Somehow that small gesture rearranges everything. because it's powerful, not because it's new, but because it feels completely true. If the world outside grows louder than we expect, I'll carry this small warmth with quiet respect. Warm in the quiet, calm in the light. Not a passing comfort, not a fragile sight. If this is what contentment means, steady and aware, then happiness is settled right here. Let the silence hold its shape, let the minutes flow. I found a kind of joy that doesn't need to show. I used to think the future was where I'd finally feel complete, some distant turning point where all the lines would meet. But standing in this moment with nothing grand to claim, I feel a quiet certainty I never could explain. There's no dramatic music, no bright and sudden sign, just a steady understanding that this small life is mine. No need to outrun time, no need to demand. I'm exactly where I am. Maybe peace was never far, just waiting to be seen. Exactly where I am feels more than enough, not perfect or complete, just honest and soft. If happiness can live inside a simple plan, then it's right here breathing exactly where I am. You don't ask for promises, I don't ask for proof. We let the day unfold like something gentle and true. Nothing shining brighter than the present span, just this quiet sense that I understand. If I ever lose my balance in a louder land, I'll come back to this moment and stand exactly where I am, is steady and clear, not somewhere far ahead, not somewhere I must steer. If joy can be this grounded, simple as it can, then happiness is living exactly where I won't run beyond this hour, I won't chase a grander plan. Tonight is more than enough, exactly as it stands. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. It isn't loud or shining. It doesn't need to glow. It rests inside the stillness, steady and aware, like something long familiar, finally resting there. We're not chasing fireworks, we're not waiting for a sign. The way you sit beside me already feels aligned. No rush to make it bigger, no fear it might dissolve. Somehow in this quiet, everything feels solved. Maybe joy is gentle, so it doesn't break apart. It's a quiet kind of full, nothing missing here. Not a dream unfolding, just something clear. If happiness can settle without demanding proof, then it's living in this stillness between me and you. The day moves on around us, but we don't feel the pull. There's peace in letting moments be simple and whole. No need to frame the future, no need to understand. This warmth is more than enough, exactly as it stands. If louder days surround me, somewhere down the line, I'll remember how this calm felt like mine. It's a quiet kind of force, steady and bright, not flashing in the distance, just warm light. If I ever wonder what happiness can be, I'll think of this small hour and how it carried me. Let the evening close in softly, let the daylight fall away. If this is what it means to feel at peace within a day, then I don't need another kind of joy to understand. This quiet kind of fullness is more than I had planned. I used to think that happiness was waiting down the road, past some grand achievement, past a heavier load. But it found me unexpectedly in an ordinary hour, in the way the room felt softer without trying to overpower. There's no banner in the sky, no sudden burst of sound, just a steady sense of being, completely on the ground. I don't feel like I'm arriving, I don't feel behind. For once I'm not comparing this life to another kind. Maybe joy is simply nothing missing now. It feels light enough to breathe, easy on my chest. Not a race I have to win, not a test. This is what contentment means, soft and unconfused. Then happiness is quietly being here with you. We talk about the smallest things, weather, songs, the views. Somehow all those little pieces feel complete and true. No dramatic turning point, no sudden new design, just a calm and steady rhythm falling into line. I don't need it louder, I don't need it more. This gentle kind of balance is what I was waiting for. It feels light enough to breathe, steady as it stays. Not a burst of color, just warm days. If I ever lose this feeling, I'll know what to do. Find the quiet kind of joy that leads me back to you. Happiness isn't fireworks, it doesn't need the sky. It's the way the light turns golden when you're standing by my side. No sudden revelation, no dramatic change, just a quiet sense of comfort that doesn't rearrange. It's the pause between our sentences, the way we don't rush through, the comfort of familiar silence that still feels new. Nothing shining too brightly, nothing pulling apart, just a steady kind of warmth settling in my heart. Maybe joy was never loud, maybe it was small. This is the shape of happiness, simple and clear. Not a dream I have to chase, it's already here. If I hold this moment gently, it doesn't disappear. Happiness is closer than I thought this year. We don't try to capture it, we don't need a name. Some things stay more beautifully when they stay the same. The day moves slow around us, nothing feels misplaced. Even time seems softer in this quiet space. If tomorrow shifts the colors, if the rhythm happiness is happening in days like this. Happiness arrived softly. It didn't knock the door. It slipped between the moments I had missed before. In the way your laughter hangs a second in the air, and how the room feels warmer when you're sitting there. It isn't something perfect, it isn't something planned. It's the steady understanding that I don't have to pretend. No performance, no pretending, no need to impress. Just an easy kind of comfort that feels like rest. Maybe joy grows best when it's left on. It's a small, bright thing, glowing without demand, not asking for applause, easy to understand. If happiness has a rhythm, it moves this way, slow enough to notice, gentle enough to stay. We don't try to hold it, we don't try to prove. Summer feelings last the longest when they're allowed to move. Even passing hours feel kind instead of fast. Nothing here is fragile, nothing meant to pass. If life grows complicated later down the line, I'll remember how simple this felt tonight. It's a small, bright thing, steady and true. Happiness isn't distant, it's here with you. And if I learn anything from days like this, it's that gentle joy is enough to live with. There's something about this morning that doesn't try too hard. Light slips across the table like it knows where we are. No headlines, no big moments, no sudden change of pace, just coffee and a quiet smile resting on your face. I used to chase the future misplaced. Even time moves gently in this steady space. Maybe joy was waiting in the in-between. Ordinary days can shine if you let them through. Not because they're perfect, but because they're true. If I stop and really see what's already mine, even simple moments start to shine. You laugh at something small and it changes everything. Suddenly the quiet feels like spring. No grand design unfolding, no fireworks above, just the soft assurance that this is enough. If the world turns louder later on tonight, I'll remember how this calm felt like. Yeah. Ordinary days can shine without a grand display. All they need is space enough for us to stay. If happiness is subtle, I finally see the sign. It lives inside these ordinary days of mine. So let the light keep falling where it wants to land. I don't need a bigger plan. If this is how it feels to simply be alive, then I'll hold this quiet joy and let it thrive. We don't have a reason to call this anything. No milestone to celebrate, no dramatic beginning. Just a quiet understanding settling in the air, like something long awaited is finally there. The world keeps spinning fast, but we're not pulled along. There's comfort in the steady, in the almost song. No need for declarations, no need to insist. Sometimes happiness is nothing more than this. Now spotlight overhead, no need to prove we're right. Nothing more than this, and still it feels complete. Just your voice beside me and the rhythm of our feet. If joy can be this simple, quiet as a kiss, I don't need a bigger story than nothing more than this. Your hand brushes mine like it's no big deal, but something in that moment feels deeply real. Not loud, not overwhelming, not something to resist. Just a calm and steady happiness like this. I used to think I'd recognize it with a brighter sign, but maybe peace was always this understated kind. Nothing more than this, no glitter, no surprise, just warmth that stays steady. could stay forever inside a simple bliss. I choose a life that feels like this. And if tomorrow asks me what made today so bright, I'll say it was the quiet way. Happiness doesn't rush in, it doesn't push the door. It grows in the smallest spaces I ignored before. And the way you say my name, I get so ready home. And how I feel less alone, even when we're alone. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't steal the air. It rests between our shoulders when you're sitting there. I don't feel like I'm chasing, some days don't get around. Something steady is beginning to bloom. Now the sudden squad, oh rising flame, softly it rise. This gentle kind of grace, not changing who I am, just slowing down my pace. If joy can grow unnoticed until it fills the world, then happiness is blooming in this quiet afternoon. We don't make a promise we can't keep. We don't dive too far or sink too deep. We let the moment stretch the way it wants to move. And somehow that's enough to prove. Maybe all I needed was to stop and see that peace was never far from me. Softly it arrives, steady as it stays, not a passing brightness, but warm days. If this is what it means to finally feel home, then happiness has found its place inside my soul. No thunder in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a quiet full of joy that doesn't need to try. Today doesn't ask for much, it opens slow and wide. Sunlight rests across the floor, no need to step outside. There's a softness in the air that wasn't here before. Even silence feels like something I've been waiting for. You're talking about nothing, but I'm listening like it's gold. Somehow every simple word feels gentle and whole. No dramatic shift in sky, no headline to reveal, just the quiet comfort of the way today feels. Maybe joy is just a day without resistance. I like the way today feels, steady and kind, nothing pulling at my hands, nothing on my mind. If this is what it means to let the moment be, then happiness is simply sitting here with me. We don't rush the afternoon, we let it stretch and bend. There's no need to chase it, no need to defend. The clock keeps moving softly, but it doesn't steal. It only holds the way today feels. If tomorrow changes tempo, if the rhythm breaks apart, I'll remember this calm resting in my heart. I like the way today feels, easy and slow, not a place I have to reach, not somewhere I must go. If I ever search again for something real, I'll come back to the way today feels. Let the evening take its time, let the shadows fall. I don't need more than this. This quiet says it all. There's a brightness in this room, but it doesn't blind my eyes. It rests in the smallest corners, in ordinary skies. Nothing here is shouting, nothing trying to prove, just a steady warmth in everything you do. You lean back in your chair like there's nowhere else to be. That simple kind of presence does something to me. No perfect situation, no flawless design, just this gentle kind of bright we didn't try to find. Maybe joy is quiet, so we learn to listen close. used to measure everything, how far, how fast, how high. Now I let the questions rest, I let them pass me by. There's comfort in the stillness we didn't have before. I don't feel the need to search for something more. Your hand rests close to mine, not reaching, not apart. Somehow that small distance settles in my heart. We're not rewriting history, we're not erasing time. We're just letting quiet joy draw its simple line. Maybe happiness was never meant to be extreme. This is enough for me, steady as we are. Not a distant promise, not a falling star. If peace can take a shape, it looks like this to me. Nothing overwhelming, just easy to breathe. We don't need a headline, we don't need applause. Somewhere in this calm, there's a deeper cause. Not to prove we made it, not to finally see, just to feel that being here is enough for me. If the world turns restless, if the pace runs free, I'll remember how simple this could be. This is enough for me. No glitter, no disguise, just a warmth reflected in your eyes. If happiness is quiet and doesn't need to flee, then this steady little moment is enough for me. I won't ask for more tonight. I won't chase the sky. What we have right here is more than I can quantify. This day moves like Sunday, unfolding without a plan. No ticking sense of urgency, no pressure in my hands. The windows open slightly, the breeze is passing through. Even the quiet corners feel new. You're reading something softly, I'm watching light behave. There's comfort in the ordinary we never tried to save. No milestone in the making, no sudden breakthrough, just the steady reassurance that I'm here with you. Maybe joy is simple when we let it be. Slow as Sunday, easy as air. Nothing left to figure out, nothing to repair. If happiness is patient, if it moves unhurried too, then it's living in this moment, shared by me and you. this stillness without a rising fire. Even time feels kinder, like it understands that we don't need to run, we can just stand. If Monday comes with questions and louder things to do, I'll remember this slow rhythm next to you. Slow as Sunday, steady as breath, not a fleeting spark, not a sudden death. If I learn to live this way, unrushed and true, I'll find happiness again in days like this with you. Let the evening close the door, let the sky turn blue. I don't need another kind of joy, this one will do. There's a warmth inside this silence that I didn't know before. It isn't loud or obvious, it doesn't ask for more. It lingers in the space between the words we almost say, like something steady found its place and chose to stay. We don't build a monument, we don't carve a name. Some things feel more honest when they're quiet and the same. No glitter in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a calm that doesn't fade when hours pass by. Maybe happiness is subtle, so we learn to see. Warm in the quiet, steady in the air, not demanding attention, just already there. If joy can take a form without a grand display, it settles softly in the heart and stays. You look at me and smile like nothing needs to change. Somehow that small gesture rearranges everything, not because it's powerful, not because it's new, but because it feels completely true. If the world outside grows louder than we expect, I'll carry this small warmth with quiet respect. Warm in the quiet, calm in the light, not a passing comfort, not a fragile sight. If this is what contentment means, steady and aware, then happiness has settled right here. Let the silence hold its shape, let the minutes flow. I found a kind of joy that doesn't need to show. used to think the future was where I'd finally feel complete. Some distant turning point where all the lines would meet. But standing in this moment with nothing grand to claim, I feel a quiet certainty I never could explain. Fears no dramatic music, no bright and sudden sign, just a steady understanding that this small life is mine. No need to outrun time, no need to demand. I'm exactly where I am. Maybe peace was never far, just waiting to be seen. Exactly where I am feels more than enough. Not perfect or complete, just honest and soft. If happiness can live inside a simple plant, then it's right here, breathing exactly where I am. You don't ask for promises, I don't ask for proof. We let the day unfold like something gentle and true. Nothing shining brighter than a present spent. Just this quiet sense that I understand. If I ever lose my balance in a louder land, I'll come back to this moment and stand exactly where I am. Is steady and clear, not somewhere far ahead, not somewhere I must steer. If joy can be this grounded, simple as it can, then happiness is living exactly where I am. I won't run beyond this hour, I won't chase a grander plan. Tonight is more than enough, exactly as it stands. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't need to glow. It rests inside the stillness, steady and aware, like something long familiar, finally resting there. We're not chasing fireworks, we're not waiting for a sign. The way you sit beside me already feels aligned. No rush to make it bigger, no fear it might dissolve. Somehow in this quiet, everything feels soft. Maybe joy is gentle, so it doesn't break apart. It's a quiet kind of fall. Nothing missing here, not a dream unfolding, just something clear. If happiness can settle without demanding proof, then it's living in this stillness between me and you. day moves on around us, but we don't feel the pull. There's peace in letting moments be simple and whole. No need to frame the future, no need to understand. This warmth is more than enough, exactly as it stands. If louder days surround me somewhere down the line, I'll remember how this calm felt like mine. It's a quiet kind of fall, steady and bright, not flashing in the distance, just warm light. If I ever wonder what happiness can be, I'll think of this small hour and how it carried me. Let the evening close in softly, let the daylight fall away. If this is what it means to feel at peace within a day, then I don't need another kind of joy to understand. This quiet kind of fullness is more than I had planned. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't need to glow. It rests inside the stillness, steady and aware, like something long familiar, finally resting there. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullest feeling so inside. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow, when all the stars are filling for a light. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in fire raised to know. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness in this moment. There's a fullness There's a fullness in the small moments. I used to think that happiness was waiting down the road, past some grand achievement, past a heavier load. But it found me unexpectedly in an ordinary hour, in the way the room felt softer without trying to overpower. There's no banner in the sky, no sudden burst of sound, just a steady sense of being completely on the ground. I don't feel like I'm arriving, I don't feel behind. For once I'm not comparing this life to another kind. Maybe joy is simply nothing missing now. It feels light enough to breathe, easy on my chest. Not a race I have to win, not a test. If this is what contentment means, soft and unconfused, then happiness is quietly being here with you. We talk about the smallest things, weather, songs, the view. Somehow all those little pieces feel complete and true. No dramatic turning point, no sudden new design, just a calm and steady rhythm falling into line. I don't need it louder, I don't need it more. This gentle kind of balance is what I was waiting for. It feels light enough to breathe, steady as it stays. Not a burst of color, just warm days. If I ever lose this feeling, I'll know what to do. Find the quiet kind of joy that leads me back to you. Happiness isn't fireworks, it doesn't need the sky. It's the way the light turns golden when you're standing by my side. No sudden revelation, no dramatic change, just a quiet sense of comfort that doesn't rearrange. It's the pause between our sentences, the way we don't rush through, the comfort of familiar silence that still feels new. Nothing shining too brightly, nothing pulling apart, just a steady kind of warmth settling in my heart. Maybe joy was never loud, maybe it was small. This is the shape of happiness, simple and clear, not a dream I have to chase, it's already here. If I hold doesn't disappear. Happiness is closer than I thought this year. We don't try to capture it. We don't need a name. Some things stay more beautifully when they stay the same. The day moves slow around us. Nothing feels misplaced. Even time seems softer in this quiet space. If tomorrow shifts the colors, if the rhythm bends, I'll remember how today felt effortless. This is the shape of happiness, soft and true, not somewhere far ahead, but sitting here with you. If peace can learn my language, this is what it says. Happiness is happening in days like this. Happiness arrived softly. It didn't knock the door. It slipped between the moments I had missed before. And the way your laughter hangs a second in the air, and how the room feels warmer when you're sitting there. It isn't something perfect. It isn't something planned. It's the steady understanding that I don't have to pretend. No performance, no pretending, no need to impress. Just an easy kind of comfort that feels like rest. Maybe joy grows best when it's left alone. It's a small bright thing, glowing without demand, not asking for applause, easy to understand. If happiness has a rhythm, it moves this way, slow enough to notice, gentle enough to stay. We don't try to hold it, we don't try to prove. Some feelings last the longest when they're allowed to move. Even passing hours feel kind instead of fast. Nothing here is fragile, nothing meant to pass. If life grows complicated later down the line, I'll remember how simple this felt tonight. It's a small bright thing, steady and true. Happiness isn't distant, it's here with you. And if I learn anything from days like this, it's that gentle joy is enough to live with. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. It didn't knock the door. It slipped between the moments I had missed before. In a way, your laughter hangs a second in the air, and how the room feels warmer when you're sitting there. It isn't something perfect, it isn't something planned. It's the steady understanding that I don't have to pretend. No performance, no pretending, no need to impress. Just an easy kind of comfort that feels like rest. It isn't something perfect, it isn't something planned. It's the steady understanding. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. Happiness arrives softly. There's something about this morning that doesn't try too hard. Light slips across the table like it knows where we are. No headlines, no big moments, no sudden change of pace. Just coffee and a quiet smile resting on your face. I used to chase the future like it owed me something more. Now I let the hours open like an unlocked door. Nothing here is urgent, nothing feels misplaced. Even time moves gently in this steady space. Maybe joy was waiting in the in-between. Ordinary days can shine if you let them through. Not because they're perfect, but because they're true. If I stop and really see what's already mine, even simple moments start to shine. You laugh at something small and it changes everything. Suddenly the quiet feels like spring. No grand design unfolding, no fireworks above. Just the soft assurance that this is enough. If the world turns louder later on tonight, ordinary days can shine without a grand display. All they need is space enough for us to stay. If happiness is subtle, I finally see the sign. It lives inside these ordinary days of mine. So let the light keep falling where it wants to land. I don't need a bigger plan if this is how it feels to simply be alive. Then I'll hold this quiet joy and let it thrive. We don't have a reason to call this anything. No milestone to celebrate, no dramatic beginning. Just a quiet understanding settling in the air, like something long awaited is finally there. The world keeps spinning fast, but we're not pulled along. There's comfort in the steady, in the almost song. No need for declarations, no need to insist. Sometimes happiness is nothing more than this. No spotlight overhead, no need to prove we're right. Nothing more than this, and still it feels complete. Just your voice beside me and the rhythm of our feet. If joy can be this simple, quiet as a kiss, I don't need a bigger story than nothing more than this. Your hand brushes mine like it's no big deal, but something in that moment feels deeply real. Not loud, not overwhelming, not something to resist. Just a calm and steady happiness like this. I used to think I'd recognize it with a brighter sign, but maybe peace was always this understated kind. Nothing more than this, no glitter, no surprise, just a warmth that stays steady in your eyes. If I could stay forever inside a simple bliss, I'd choose a life that feels like this. And if tomorrow asked me what made today so bright, I'll say it was the quiet way. Everything felt right. Happiness doesn't rush in, it doesn't push the door. It grows in the smallest spaces I ignored before. In the way you say my name, like it's already doesn't steal the air. It rests between our shoulders when you're sitting there. I don't feel like I'm chasing some distant brighter room. Something steady is beginning to pour. No sudden spark, no rising flame. Softly it arrives, this gentle kind of grace. Not changing who I am, just slowing down my pace. If joy can grow unnoticed until it fills the room, then happiness is blooming in this quiet afternoon. We don't make a promise we can't keep. We don't dive too far or sink too deep. We let the moment stretch the way it wants to move, and somehow that's enough to prove. Maybe all I needed was to stop and see that peace was never far from me. Softly it arrives, steady as it stays. Not a passing brightness, but warm days. If this is what it means to finally feel whole, then happiness has found its place inside my soul. No thunder in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a quiet bloom of joy that doesn't need to try. Happiness doesn't rush in, it doesn't push the door. It grows in the smallest spaces I ignored before. In the way you say my name like it's already home, and how I feel less alone even when we're alone. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't steal the air. It rests between our shoulders when you're sitting there. I don't feel like I'm chasing some distant brighter route. Something steady is beginning to bloom. It isn't loud or shining, it doesn't push the door. Happiness doesn't rush in. Happiness doesn't rush in. Today doesn't ask for much, it opens slow and wide. Sunlight rests across the floor, no need to step outside. There's a softness in the air that wasn't here before. Even silence feels like something I've been waiting for. You're talking about nothing, but I'm listening like it's gold. Somehow every simple word feels just gentle and whole. No dramatic shift in sky, no headline to reveal, just the quiet comfort of the way today feels. Maybe joy is just a day without resistance. I like the way today feels, steady and kind. Nothing pulling at my hands, nothing on my mind. If this is what it means to let the moment be, then happiness is simply sitting here with me. We don't rush the afternoon, we let it stretch and bend. There's no need to chase it, no need to defend. The clock keeps moving softly, but it doesn't steal. It only holds the way today feels. If tomorrow changes tempo, if the rhythm breaks apart, I'll remember this calm resting in my heart. I like the way today feels, easy and slow. Not a place I have to reach, not somewhere I must go. If I ever search again for something real, I'll come back to the way today feels. Let the evening take its time, let the shadows fall. I don't need more than this. This quiet says it all. There's a brightness in this room, but it doesn't blind my eyes. It rests in the smallest corners, in ordinary skies. Nothing here is shouting, nothing trying to prove, just a steady warmth in everything you do. You lean back in your chair like there's nowhere else to be. That simple kind of presence does something to me. No perfect situation, no flawless design, just this gentle kind of bright we didn't try to find. Maybe joy is quiet, so we learn to listen close. It's a gentle kind of bright, soft in the middle. Not a blazing fire, just a steady little glow. If happiness can whisper instead of shout, then this is what it's about. Even when we're silent, there's nothing left to fix. The moment holds together without any tricks. No dramatic turning point, no rising overflow, just warmth that grows slow. I don't need it louder, I don't need it grand. Peace fits better in an open hand. Used to measure everything, how far, how fast, how high. Now I let the questions rest, I let them pass me by. There's comfort in the stillness we didn't have before. I don't feel the need to search for something more. Your hand rests close to mine, not reaching, not apart. Somehow that small distance settles in my heart. We're not rewriting history, we're not racing time. We're just letting quiet joy draw its simple line. Maybe happiness was never meant to be extreme. This is enough for me, steady as we are. Not a distant promise, not a falling star. If peace can take a shape, it looks like this to me. Nothing overwhelming, just easy to breathe. We don't need a headline, we don't need applause. Somewhere in this calm, there's a deeper cause. Not to prove we made it, not to finally see, just to feel that being here is enough for me. If the world turns restless, if the pace runs free, I'll remember how simple this could be. This is enough for me, no glitter, no disguise, just warmth reflected in your eyes. If happiness is quiet and doesn't need to flee, then the steady little moment is enough for me. I won't ask for more tonight, I won't chase the sky. What we have right here is more than I can quantify. This day moves like Sunday, unfolding without a plan. No ticking sense of urgency, no pressure in my hands. The windows open slightly, the breeze is passing through. Even the quiet corners feel new. You're reading something softly, I'm watching light behave. There's comfort in the ordinary we never tried to save. No milestone in the making, no sudden breakthrough, just a steady reassurance that I'm here with you. Maybe joy is simple when we let it be. Slow as Sunday, easy as air. Nothing left to figure out, nothing to repair. If happiness is patient, if it moves unhurried too, then it's living in this moment, shared by me and you. We don't have to promise what tomorrow might require. There's peace inside this stillness without a rising fire. Even time the sky turn blue. I don't need another kind of joy. This one will do. There's a warmth inside the silence that I didn't know before. It isn't loud or obvious, it doesn't ask for more. It lingers in the space between the words we almost say, like something steady found its place and chose to stay. We don't build a monument, we don't carve a name. Some things feel more honest when they're quiet and the same. No glitter in the distance, no flashing in the sky, just a calm that doesn't fade when hours pass by. Maybe happiness is subtle, so we learn to see. Warm in the quiet, steady in the air, not demanding attention, just already there. If joy can take a form without a grand display, it settles softly in the heart and stays. You look at me and smile like nothing needs to change. Somehow that small gesture rearranges everything. Not because it's powerful, not because it's new, but because it feels completely true. If the world outside grows louder than we expect, I'll carry this small warmth with quiet respect. Warm in the quiet, calm in the light, not a passing comfort, not a fragile sight. If this is what contentment means, steady and aware, then happiness is settled right here. Let the silence hold its shape, let the minutes flow. I found a kind of joy that doesn't need to show. I used to think the future was where I'd finally feel complete, some distant turning point where all the lines would meet. But standing in this moment with nothing grand to claim, I feel a quiet certainty I never could explain. There's no dramatic music, no bright and sudden sign, just a steady understanding that this small life is mine. No need to outrun time, no need to demand. I'm exactly where I am. Maybe peace was never far, just waiting to be seen. Exactly where I am feels more promises. I don't ask for proof. We let the day unfold like something gentle and true. Nothing shining brighter than the present span. Just this quiet sense that I understand. If I ever lose my balance in a louder land, I'll come back to this moment and stand exactly where I am, is steady and clear, not somewhere far ahead, not somewhere I must steer. If joy can be this grounded, simple as it can, then happiness is living exactly where I won't run beyond this hour. I won't chase a grander plan. Tonight is more than enough, exactly as it stands. There's a fullness in this moment that doesn't overflow. It isn't loud or shining. It doesn't need to glow. It rests inside the stillness, steady and aware, like something long familiar, finally resting there. We're not chasing fireworks, we're not waiting for a sign. The way you sit beside me already feels aligned. No rush to make it bigger, no fear it might dissolve. Somehow in this quiet, everything feels soft. Maybe joy is gentle, so it doesn't break apart. It's a quiet kind of full, nothing missing here. Not a dream unfolding, just something clear. If happiness can settle without demanding proof, then it's living in the stillness between me and you. The day moves on around us, but we don't feel This quiet kind of fullness is more than I had planned. I used to think that happiness was waiting down the road, past some grand achievement, past a heavier load. But it found me unexpectedly in an ordinary hour, in the way the room felt softer without trying to overpower. There's no banner in the sky, no sudden burst of sound, just a steady sense of being, completely on the ground. I don't feel like I'm arriving, I don't feel behind. For once I'm not comparing this life to another kind. Maybe joy is simply nothing missing now. It feels light enough to breathe, easy on my chest. Not a race I have to win, not a test. If this is what contentment means, soft and unconfused, then happiness is quietly being here with you. We talk about the smallest things, weather, songs, the views. Somehow all those little pieces feel complete and true. No dramatic turning point, no sudden new design, just a calm and steady rhythm falling into line. I don't need it louder, I don't need it more. This gentle kind of balance is what I was waiting for. It feels light enough to breathe, steady as it stays. Not a burst of color, just warm days. If I ever lose this feeling, I'll know what to do. Find the quiet kind of joy that leads me back to you. Happiness isn't fireworks, it doesn't need the sky. It's the way the light turns golden when you're standing by my side. No sudden revelation, no dramatic change, just a quiet sense of comfort that doesn't rearrange. It's the pause between our sentences, the way we don't rush through, the comfort of familiar silence that still feels new. Nothing shining too brightly, nothing pulling apart, just a steady kind of warmth settling in my heart. Maybe joy was never loud, maybe it was small. This is the shape of happiness, simple and clear. Not a dream I have to chase, it's already here. If I hold this moment gently, it doesn't disappear. Happiness is closer than I thought this year. We don't try to capture it, we don't need a name. Some things stay more beautifully when they stay the same. The day moves slow around us, nothing feels misplaced. Even time seems softer in this quiet space. If tomorrow shifts the colors, if the rhythm bends, I'll remember how today felt effortless. This is the shape of happiness, soft and true. Not somewhere far ahead, but sitting here with you. If peace can learn my language, this is what it says. Happiness is happening in days like this. Happiness arrived softly, it didn't knock the door. It slipped between the moments I had missed before. In the way your laughter hangs a second in the air, and how the room feels warmer when you're sitting there. It isn't something perfect, it isn't something planned. It's the steady understanding that I don't have to pretend. No performance, no pretending, no need to impress. Just an easy kind of comfort that feels like rest. Maybe joy grows best when it's left on. It's a small, bright thing, glowing without demand, not asking for applause, easy to understand. If happiness has a rhythm, it moves this way, slow enough to notice, gentle enough to stay. We don't try to hold it, we don't try to prove. Summer feelings last the longest fragile, nothing meant to pass. If life grows complicated later down the line, I'll remember how simple this felt tonight. It's a small, bright thing, steady and true. Happiness isn't distant, it's here with you. And if I learn anything from days like this, it's that gentle joy